Hello, I've come to see you about my job seekers allowance. They've sent me a letter to say that they won't be paying me for the next 3 months, so I don't know what I'm going to do.
Okay, it sounds like you've been sanctioned. Have you got the letter?
Yeah, they're all here.
Okay, great.
They do say that I wasn't properly available for work in the school holidays.
Okay, are you single or do you live with a partner?
I'm single.
And how many children do you have?
I've got 2. My daughter's 9 and my son's 12, but they go to different schools and I haven't got any family to help me with childcare.
Okay. It says here that this is the second time you've been sanctioned. Do you remember what happened on the last occasion?
I remember briefly my benefits being stopped at some point.
Okay, and did you challenge it at the time or say you wanted to appeal?
No, I didn't actually understand what had happened and I didn't know that you could do that. My JSA had stopped for 4 weeks and then it had started up again, so I just presumed that it had been sorted out.
Okay. You see, if your benefit's sanctioned more than once, then the sanction period's longer the next time. So it's important to try and challenge the decision to overturn the sanction rather than just accept it. But that's not a problem because you can challenge this one now. You're well within the usual 1 month time limit to do that. Have you spoken to your advisor at the job centre about it?
No, as soon as I got the letter, I came straight here.
Right, okay. What you need to do then is write a letter to the job centre and say you want a mandatory reconsideration. And that's just the term for looking at the decision again. And in that, try and explain why you couldn't do what they say you should have done or what you failed to do, and give as much information as possible. So, for example, tell them what time you have to drop the children off, how far apart the schools are, things like that. Because you shouldn't actually be sanctioned if the reason you couldn't do what was expected was because you had childcare arrangements during the school holidays. If the decision isn't changed, you can appeal to an independent tribunal, but that will take some time, so put as much information into the letter as you can. Got one other question. Did you get a hardship payment when your JSA wasn't paid before?
No, they didn't say anything about that. I did ask them what it is that I can do, and they said I had to wait for 4 weeks to be paid again, so I borrowed money from family and I'm still paying them back now.
Right, well, you should see your personal advisor at the job centre and say you want to apply for a hardship payment, and that way you'll get some benefit while the sanction is in place.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Job Seekers Allowance sanctions. If you're on Job Seekers Allowance, you can be sanctioned if you do not take all the actions required by the job centre. A sanction means that your Job Seekers Allowance may not be paid or paid at a reduced rate for a certain period. You can challenge the decision to apply a sanction, but you cannot appeal the decision unless you have asked the Department for Work and Pensions to reconsider their decision. This is called a mandatory reconsideration, and you must request this within 1 month of the Department for Work and Pensions decision. If they do not change their decision, you can then appeal to an independent tribunal. You must do this within 1 month. You can ask for a hardship payment during a sanction period.